Sean Duffy, Congressman Sean Duffy joins us now. Congressman, you've been listening to this. This is huge news, something the president promised and certainly a scene that he is following through on.
Listen, I don't know if there's a symphony playing behind Scott Pruitt, but it's music to my ears for sure. I mean, not only is this a big deal, Sandra, to coal country, that's important, but also it's important to places like Wisconsin. We're a coal-reliant state. So if this plan was implemented, our costs for our poorer families would go up by 30% a year. Our great manufacturers, they would see $100,000 plus increases in their energy costs. So this is important not just for coal country, but for jobs all across America and places like Wisconsin as well. We're the frozen tundra up here. We use a lot of electricity, so right. This is big for job growth and for opportunities for all of our citizens in our great state. So
clearly you're a big fan of this move, but how does this go over with Democrats?
Listen, they're not going to like it, but as Scott pointed out, the direction should come from Congress. These laws should come from Congress, and Democrats like to have agencies and bureaucrats make rules and regulations that the Congress would never pass because of its negative impact on the American people and on jobs. And so this administration understands that there's a role for the Congress as we do big things, and that rollback, I think, will make Democrats incredibly angry. This is a fight, but when you live by the sword, you die by the sword, or if you live by rules and regulations, you die by rules and regulations as well. And so when the Trump administration wins and they roll this back, the American people win as well. So I think this is a good day for jobs and lower energy costs throughout our country.
Right here on the Fox News channel, Scott Pruitt was asked about the health consequences of doing away with the Clean Power Plan, Congressman. It was seen that he sort of ducked that question and moved on to how this plan would create jobs and bring jobs back to the coal industry. How do you expect Scott Pruitt, the EPA, and this administration to continue to answer that question?
Listen, I think at the EPA and in Congress, we have to look for good policies that can allow us to use less carbon emitting sources. But this was so aggressive. I mean, a 30% reduction by 2030. It was really hard to meet that target. So that doesn't mean we can't use common sense to make sure we're using, good renewable energy sources. But I look at the folks that are working in Kentucky and in West Virginia and in Pennsylvania in our mines. They want these jobs. They want to be able to go into these mines and support their families. And so who is a liberal bureaucrat who makes hundreds of thousands of dollars a year say, these guys that mine can't have these jobs, and I'm more concerned about their health as I live in San Francisco than they are about supporting their families with a good paying job. I mean, I just think this is a liberal overreach again, saying we know what's best for you in Middle America. Middle America and these families saying, hey, listen, we're gonna look out for our families and our own jobs. Leave us alone. We don't buy into the progressive latte sipping liberals on our coast. And I think again in Wisconsin, we're rural. You spend a lot of energy and a lot of money to put electricity into your home. This is great music to our ears, Sandra. I applaud the EPA administrator today.
And that's how he described a bureaucratic overreach. Scott Pruitt just announcing the withdrawal of the Clean Power Plan, live from Hazard, Kentucky. Thank you so much for coming on, Congressman. Good to see you.
Hey, thanks, Sandra.